Today we're TIG welding. We're doing an unboxing review of the PrimeWeld AC/DC TIG 225. We'll see what I like and if there's anything I don't. I've had great experiences with PrimeWeld equipment and service, and I have high hopes for this one as well, so keep watching to find out more. I'm Joshua Biderman, and welcome to my channel. I'm super excited. I've wanted a good TIG welder for ages. Everything's ready. Let's get her out of the box and go. Flap 1, flap 2. Right on top is PrimeWeld's 57-page color manual, written by someone who clearly knows something about welders and includes a replaceable parts list. These little corner reinforcement brackets are something you normally see on big-name welders. Every PrimeWeld I've ever opened has had them. Good job, PrimeWeld. Let's take a look inside box number 1. Here's an authentic CK Worldwide number 17 Superflex head TIG torch. Here's a standard 220 to 110 adapter, which is included with all dual voltage PrimeWeld units. Here is an included torch-mounted thumb switch. Here's a bag of starter consumables, including a tungsten. That's the end of box number 1. Now let's see what's in box number 2. Here's one of those running gag snap-together masks and a very lightweight wire brush and chipping hammer. Maybe I'll do a video on these sometime. In this box we have a standard edition PrimeWeld flow meter and gauge. Here we have a standard edition PrimeWeld stick lead, has good jaw pressure, has standard DINS connectors. I've used one of these quite a bit with my MTS 200. They work good. Here's a standard PrimeWeld ground clamp. It has a DINS connector. They seem very adequate. Here's a standard PrimeWeld gas cylinder hose with crimped swivel fittings. They seem good. Here is the TIG foot pedal. Seems well constructed. It's got plenty of cord. It's got PrimeWeld stamped right in the end, so it's purpose built. It's got good spring pressure on the foot. I think it looks okay. And that's the end of box number 2. Some more packaging. We'll get rid of that. Here's the top half of the clamshell. Goodbye. And here it is. This is the star of our show, the AC/DC TIG 225. Here's the front with lots of dials and some places to put your leads. Here's the back with the on-off switch, couple of fans, the air inlet, and the power cord. That's a lot bigger and heavier than the other PrimeWeld units I've used. Here's some more brackets, metal ones in the bottom for extra strength. Oh look, silica gel snacks for miles. I mean packs, don't eat those. Okay, let's get rid of this box. Well, that was a lot of work. Let's get this thing set up and see what she's got. We'll start with the TIG torch. Grab the lug end. It's a DIN style connector. Insert her there into the negative, because these are usually electrode negative for most TIG welding processes. Give her about a half turn to the right till she stops. This is your gas line coming off the torch lug. Screw her in and give her just a little snug. Don't overdo it. Next is the foot pedal. Unwind your cord. Take a look at the plug here. It's got a little notch in it. You need to line that up with the protrusion in the hole on the plug. Push that in. Swivel down the collar, and you're set to go. Next is the ground clamp. Use the DINS connector, plug it into the positive end, because again, this is electrode negative. Twist it clockwise till it stops, and you're set. A side note about these PrimeWeld ground clamps, they look medium duty, which is pretty good for out-of-the-box welding equipment, and I've been using one for over a year on my MTS 200, and it's holding up great. Now we will sharpen the tungsten to get it ready for assembly in the TIG torch. This footage is actually me re-grinding the tungsten because I forgot to hit record when I originally did it. Tungstens are easy to contaminate, so it's good to keep them in separate boxes and label things that you use on them, like the grinding wheels. We will quickly assemble the torch head. Tungsten into the collet into the collet body and tungsten into the torch head, back cap onto the tungsten and into the torch head. Twist those down snug, cup onto the collet body, snug that down, adjust the depth of your tungsten and tighten up your back cap. That's it. She's ready to weld. Let's move on to the next thing. Here's my argon tank. I have not set up a dedicated service cart for the new welder yet, so I'll bungee cord it here for now just to keep it safe. Let's hook up the gas. Hose into the back of the welder, snug her down, get out the flow meter, open the valve to clear it, put in the flow meter, snug her down, hose into the flow meter, snug her down. There she is. Turn her on. Yep, we have pressure. Pop off the cover on the plug her in. We're ready to go. Metal on the table. Set the welder to 150 amps DC. Hi! Okay, let's go. I said let's go. What's going on? Gosh darn it. I'm a persistent man. After all these years, I'm still trying to weld without the ground clamp. It doesn't work, but I keep trying. Okay, let's try again. And raw. Oh my gosh, listen to the air blowing out of that thing. As it turns out, this was set at 70 CFM, blowing the puddle right out of the weld. Now we're adjusted, let's try again. Now I haven't TIG welded in about 10 years, so I'm a lot rusty on this. We'll take it a step at a time and see how it goes. I'm just running a couple of beads to see how it is and get myself warmed up and back into it. That's the first weld and the bead looks okay, but I need a little more heat for this 1/2-inch plate. I turned it up to 185. Second weld, go. Right off the bat here, I dip the tungsten and contaminate it. Oh well. Keep on going. Let's have a look. That doesn't look too bad. I've certainly done worse. But look at the tungsten, it's terribly contaminated. Let's grind it, reassemble it. And here we go. Tack on a big piece. We'll try a fillet weld. TIG welding tends to be slow and a little time consuming, so I sped up all of the welding clips. Here I stop to adjust and restart because I haven't done this in a while. I'm getting warmed up. She welds good. She welds smooth and clean. Very easy and manageable. Aside from my rusty skills, it seems to be performing excellently. I can't blame me being out of practice on the machine. Let's have a look. That doesn't look bad at all. For the first TIG weld in 10 years, I think I'm doing okay. Grind off the contamination, tungsten back again. Let's try some 1/8-inch plate. And we're live. Just like on the 1/2-inch plate, I'm a little rusty and we're off to a rough start, but we're going now and we seem to be doing pretty good. It's welding up nice. I've done a couple and they're coming out okay. Here, have a look. They have clean toes, good adhesion, and are mostly uniform. That is pretty good. Now let's regrind and reset, turn on the alternating current, and take our hand at aluminum. And here we go! The cleaning action is really apparent. She's welding good. This seems to weld aluminum even better than steel. The adhesion is great and the toes are clean. I'm very impressed with the performance of this welder. Now we'll turn on the pulse and mess with a bajillion dials on here for all the little settings on it. This clip is actually for another video where I'm going to go through all of the pulse settings and show how to TIG weld super thin sheet metal, but I wanted to put the clip up here to demonstrate the pulse function. It works surprisingly well. With the pulse function I was able to weld this ultra thin sheet metal. The pulse is amazing for thin metal. Without it, you just blow holes through it. It's almost like a form of magic. With thicker metal, it helps you to get the weld very deep without distorting the metal by putting so much heat into it. It really is a nice feature to have on such an affordable machine. Next in this video, I'm welding some paper-thin aluminum flashing. It's for roofing and siding. I'm struggling with it a bit, but I'm still practicing. Despite my TIG welding being a bit out of practice, this machine has performed flawlessly, with good adhesion and clean toes on every weld. I'm super impressed with its performance, especially its cleaning action in the AC setting for aluminum. On the whole, this machine has been amazing. I am super happy I bought it. It has done everything it's advertised to do. For the price, the service, and the quality of the machine, I don't know if you're going to get a better deal for your money. I recommend it very highly. Good job, PrimeWeld. If you've liked this video, make sure to check out my other videos where I review the PrimeWeld Cut 60 plasma cutter and the MTS 200. Both have been amazing machines and have performed flawlessly. I really can't say enough good things about them. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to help out my channel. I'll see you soon.